Well, we have some exciting news and some bad news coming with Valguero. If you guys didn't somehow guess, it has been delayed to October 7th. Of course, why wouldn't it, right guys? So anyways, Community Crunch 477 just came out literally an hour before me making this video. And well, it actually revealed a lot more about the Elderclaw. And well, this guy's pretty interesting. He is a good size compared to, having the player over there, but it still doesn't really tell us the true scale of how big that this dude actually is. I mean, we can keep zooming in on him. I mean, he's got a lot of detail. I mean, it shows quite a bit, but like when you put the player over here, it's kind of hard to see the true scale of him. However, we can see the Oviraptor next to an egg, and these eggs are, I mean, yes, it's artwork. It's going to look a little different, but if that's how the eggs actually look, that's pretty cool. For a first official like glowing egg, hopefully it'll actually be like that. But it is kind of hard to tell how big he is, but considering this is the size of an Oviraptor, he's pretty chunky. I mean, he's a pretty big dude. Now, he's extremely detailed, and it looks like he's actually hollow inside, which is interesting. We saw some hint photos in the past about him, but I never really showed the hollowness of him. He's also, I mean, it's definitely a bear. You can see that detail in it much better now. But yeah, as expected, it has been delayed to October 7th. I'm not shocked by that at all. October 7th, hold on, is that a Tuesday? I think that's a Tuesday. Yeah, October 7th is on a Tuesday. That's an interesting date to launch a map. Most maps launch on like a Friday or like a weekend or something. So yeah, let's go over the community crunch. So up here we have survivors. We need just a little more time to get things right. Valguero Ascended and the Fantastic Tames Elderclaw have been delayed by 1 week and will now launch on October 7th as the team focuses on the final polish and stability. We know waiting is tough, and we appreciate your patience as we work to deliver the best experience possible and set the stage for an unforgettable return to Valguero. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of okay with this delay because I had a bad feeling that Valguero was not gonna get the true treatment that it really needs, and I still don't think they might not deliver. But Valguero does need a pretty big revamp. That's the only way that this map's going to actually be good. Because let's be real, Valguero on ASE, perfect. I think it was perfect for what it was, but on ASA it just doesn't make sense. The base spots aren't good. The system and how everything's laid out is a little wonky because you got other maps you can just go to. But if they redo Valguero properly and redo a lot of zones, I think Valguero could be a very good map. And we saw this with Ragnarok. There were new zones in Ragnarok. There were 3 new islands. So I'm really hoping that we get some new areas, even maybe a new underworld or something. With how they did with the aberration zone. I'm hoping that they can redo this, but according to the background, the forest trees look different. Now yes, this is artwork, but the forest trees do look very different. I don't recognize these trees at all, unless it's just the redwood trees and they spiked it up and made it look nice. That's probably what that is. But yeah, so anyways, let's go over the rest of this. As we make final preparations, we couldn't resist sharing a glimpse on for one of the fiercest additions coming your way, the Elderclaw. Born of the wild itself, this towering forest guardian is both a protector and a predator, a primal force bound to the heart of the forest. So yeah, considering that it is a towering forest guardian, this thing's pretty big. I mean, the player accuracy should probably be almost the exact same size. But yeah, so this dude is not going to be just a small bear, he's going to be a lot bigger. Now, even though they say it's going to come out on October 7th, let's be real, it's probably going to get delayed a second time, which can cause a good amount of stress. If that also stresses you out, check out Mitra 9. Mitra 9 is a non-alcoholic supplement that quite literally makes you feel good. These drinks give you a high, but without the impairment. They have a ton of great flavors, my favorite being root beer. If you're looking for a new drink to replace your coffee in the morning, Mitra is the way to go. Simply go to mitra9.com and use my code OUTCAST for 25% off your entire order. Now, back to the video. And well, it also comes to question, is he going to be a boss, like an in-game boss? Is he going to be something that you can tame? I don't know if they announced about taming. They might have, but I'm not entirely sure on that one. Down here we have mod spotlight. This goes over the new mods for the week. You guys should already know that. Extra life event, how to donate, blah, blah, blah. The template tool contest. And that was pretty much it for this one, I believe. Yeah, I believe that was it. So let's go ahead and cover the other ones because I do want to see some more info about the Elderclaw. If you guys don't know, Elderclaw is the dino that is coming with Valguero. Last week we had this one. I didn't cover this one, but I went over the other new dino, which was the Megaraptor that's coming with Valguero. This is a picture of the Megaraptor. We finally have a in-depth photo, and this thing's pretty terrifying. It looks like a mixture of a raptor with his claws, or even maybe like a Therizino, mixed with a Rex or a Giga almost. It kind of has that same flow. He has glowing eyes, which are interesting. That's gonna be pretty cool. But it is hard to tell how big he is because the photos make him look very, very big. If you don't know, this was the photo that we got. Where was it? Yeah, this was the photo that we got with the Megaraptor originally. And as you can see, that this is a player, I believe. Let me zoom in. Yeah, this was a player. So he's a good size, but it's just hard to tell how big he is still. I mean, we truly don't know the scale still. But yeah, so let's go up here and I'll at least show off a little bit more about him. But this was the Megaraptor. So chosen by players, the Megaraptor makes its debut on Valguero Ascended with one goal: domination. Watch your back, survivors. This relentless hunter is ready to claw its way to the top of the food chain. The shadows, they'll never be safe again. Yeah, so that, I kind of wonder what that means with the shadows. It could just be kind of a cool thing that they're just saying. But I wonder if he has a mechanic where he can kind of like hide and maybe even turn invisible or something. Just saying, that'd be pretty insane if he can turn invisible. Kind of hoping for that, but sort of doubt it. Now that was it for that one. So let's try and cover the rest of him. So this was talking about Lost Colony. This was originally the Elderclaw dossier that we saw. And the Elderclaw, it is still hard to tell how big he is, but you can see we at least have Elderclaw babies, which is pretty cool. And the Elderclaw has some kind of fire attack as well, where it can set things and players on fire. And it has all this other stuff, like it has a healing ability, which it did state in this. This time it feels like I'm trying to describe a supernatural entity. Instead of using a living fossil, it's like communicating with the forest soul, as much of flora and fauna. This Earth sign avatar seems attuned to the local plant life. Now, I'm not going to read this whole thing again, but it's basically talking about how Spirit of Echo to help ward off threats. But yeah, it basically just collects the energy from nearby violence that's going on and allows it to power a triggering explosive growth, which is interesting because it just shows the fire here. It doesn't really show the growth, unless that is the growth. I don't know. But what I was thinking, I said it in the last couple of videos, I was expecting this guy to basically be more like the Forest Titan in a way, how the Forest Titan can shoot the veins out of himself. That's what I was more expecting with this guy. Now, it does talk about a little bit more and how you can domesticate them. So that's proof right there that we are going to be able to tame these guys. And well, it allows us to basically take their babies and raise them up. I don't think you can tame them, but I think you can just kind of take the eggs and raise them. But you do need a specific seed. It did mention that about it has to be a sproutling, which has to be enough to grow it in its garden for it to just, leave. So I wonder if we have to raise it with the Elderclaw first, and then you can take the baby once it hits a certain thing. That would make sense because Elderclaw is more of like a tree dino. It's like a forest kind of dino. That would make a little bit more sense. But we still don't know too much more info about him. That was really about it. We had the Elderclaw, not Elderclaw. We had the Megaraptor. I think this was Megaraptor. Actually, I don't know. No, never mind. I think this was just artwork. Yeah, that was just artwork. But yeah, we had this Elderclaw reveal, the Megaraptor reveal. And yeah, I believe that was really it for the most part. This last one covers, this was our first photo that we saw September 30th. Well, yeah, got delayed. Not shocked by that at all. But yeah, it just kind of gave us, with the Elderclaw. Now I'm really hoping that Arc will actually give us a new boss fight. That was one of the biggest things that I was really hoping for with Valguero just in general. I know I've seen many comments about it too. But what do you guys think? I mean, are you guys hyped for this map? 'Cause, I'm definitely hyped for it, but I'm also a little nervous to see how they conquer this interesting map. I'll just say that. I love Valguero, don't get me wrong. It's just it needs its work. It needs some stuff done to it to make it more playable for ASA. PvE, it's fine, but for PvP, it's just we need something else. It's just lacking, and I don't know. We don't really know what's gonna be going on, but yeah. So hope you guys did enjoy. Don't forget to leave a like if you're new, and please hit that subscribe button and leave some feedback down below. I mean, what do you guys think? Is this guy gonna be cool? Are you guys not hyped for it because it's a paid dino? Let me know down in the comments. But anyways, thanks for watching.